Seize control. Get control. Take control of my life. Usually when you're freaking out a little bit, it's because you don't feel like you have control. You're out of control. You're not in control. Somebody else has control. Today, we're going to end that, okay? And once again, just like yesterday, it's a little bit of a list. I must have been hanging out on Reddit too long, and I got some lists here for you. But it's always good stuff when I do a list. That's what we'll do today. It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com. The positive boost you need every single day, because life does begin when you move. There's no doubt about that, intellectually, emotionally, in every possible way. When you move away from where you are today to the next place you want to be, life changes. But then it does get in the way. Stuff happens. And lots of times it's self-inflicted. What? Wait a second, Scott. You mean I had this great idea, this dream that I wanted to accomplish, this thing I wanted to do, and I went and did it. I mean, you told me to go bang on a new door and open up a new opportunity, and I went after it, and then as soon as I went after it, it's like everything broke down. It was like I couldn't afford to pay the bills. Everything happened. I got sick. I couldn't show up. I got fired. And what? I decided to go for it, and everything changed. It happens. And if you want real, true happiness and success in life, you just have to sit down and say, that's what's going to happen. And it may take you a couple of days to kind of settle yourself with it and get your mindset right. Over time, you will learn to deal with it and just say, okay, life is just doing what it does. It's just getting in the way. So let's go ahead and get out of the way. Somebody call the bulldozer and let's move on. Get what I want. Could it be that simple? I know it's a complicated world. Everybody has a blog post these days complicating everything. But the truth is, it is that simple. Life gets in the way. Fix it. How are you? My name is Scott Smith. I'm the founder and the chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Every time I say that, I recall that this wonderful thing I've been doing for the past nearly 20 years now, and the title that was given to me by my friend Tom nearly 20 years ago, Chief Motivating Officer. It was written on a napkin at Applebee's with chicken wing sauce on it and had a beer on top of it. I just grabbed the napkin to write it down. So many things start on a napkin with chicken wing sauce on it. So control. Would you like to seize control now and no more waiting? Would you like to do that? You can. It's within your power to do so, even if you don't think so it is. In fact, if you think you're out of control because somebody else is in control, the very minute you decide you're in control, they're not in control anymore. Y'all rewind that, play it slower. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. I'm not going to say it again. Not sure that's even possible. Seize control. There's no need to wait. Not even until the end of this podcast. You can control the podcast right now. You could fast forward if you wanted to. You could put it on double or triple speed. Some people do that. I don't know how. It's a special skill they've learned over time. Most people slow it down by half. You're smart. So a long time ago, I created a program called Do What Makes Your Heart Sing. It was about being happy for sure. But what I taught within it was really my best practices I've learned over the years. And really, when my first wife passed away, which has now amazingly been 16 years, so long these days, I still somewhat occasionally will say her name almost mistakenly in front of my new wife, which has been here almost 15 years, so over 15 years. Kind of weird. But one of the last things she said before she passed away was, do what makes your heart sing. And I have never broken that promise. I promised her I would, and I kept going after it. What I'm going to teach you today is a few things that I do to make that happen. Number one, stop fixing to get ready. Fixing to get ready is a whole nother story. I won't share it today, but nonetheless, it is that thing you do before you do the thing you're about ready to do. If that makes any sense. Somebody's going, oh my God, this guy's on to me. This guy's figured. Yeah, I know. I'm on to you. I've been in the car with you. We've had these conversations. I have. Stop fixing to get ready. To get ready to do the thing you think you're going to do. If you want something, is there a reason to put it off? Sometimes legitimately there is. There's a hurricane coming. I can't do it today, Scott. I got to wait. Yeah, okay. I'll give you that one. I'll write you the note on that, okay? Otherwise, there's no reason. Can you go out and do it today? Can you do it right now? Life begins when you move. Get off your butt. Go do it. It's that simple. May not like it, but it's true, isn't it? Number two, ask for help. We all need help. Millions of people right now are waiting for you to ask them for help. Why? Because teachers learn the most when they teach. Successful people get most successful when they serve. If you don't ask for help and they don't have the ability to give you help, then you're gypping everybody. You're not getting what you want. They're not getting what they need. Ask for help. Stop going down the road by yourself. Slow down when it gets bumpy. going after big goals is going to lead you down some rough roads. Slow down, stay focused, keep moving as fast as possible. When I learned to fly airplanes a long time ago, they kept talking about this strange thing called maneuvering speed. I said, what is maneuvering speed? That's kind of odd. Scott, slow down to maneuvering speed. Wait a second. You look at the panel over there. The panel, there's a little placard on the panel that would tell me how fast I could go when things got bad. And when you learn to fly an airplane, the thing is, when things go bad, you don't like it. It's who likes to be in turbulence in a little small airplane, right? Maneuvering speed. Here it is. You ready for this? It's the speed, it's the fastest you can fly without having your airplane tear up in turbulence. That's the layman description of it, okay? In other words, when things get bumpy, you slow down. When you're going down the dirt road in your car and your teeth are rattling out, there is a maneuvering speed that you have to slow to so you don't rattle your teeth out, right? So when you set a new goal and you head off on a new path and the road gets rough, and it will, slow down. Take your time. Get through it. Let everybody else rattle their teeth out. You get there with your teeth intact. Another airplane metaphor. Here we go. Fly it into the barn. Why did I just forget that? Something. Secondhand Lions, name of the movie, a long time ago, if you ever saw that. Well, it's real. In Secondhand Lions, they actually flew into the barn upside down. They ended their life because if you see the movie, you'll see what I was talking about. But a good pilot always flies their airplane. How long do they fly their airplane? Well, until you land. No, you fly it into your back and have it tied down so the winds can't get under it. Because it doesn't matter if the engine's running or if the winds are blowing. The airplane doesn't care. If wind gets under those wings, it's going to fly. But a good pilot also understands that if something happens when you're 5,000 feet up in the air, your engine goes out and you have got to figure it out and you've got to find a place to get. You fly the airplane until you get it back in the barn or not. You never stop flying the airplane. You keep going. In other words, you give 100% until you can't anymore. Usually that keeps you alive. A couple more here. Running a little bit long today. Be smart. Set some goals. Don't argue with me. Just please don't argue with me, okay? It's really simple. Trust and use your wisdom and instinct on this one. Set goals and keep reaching for what you want. Look for the solutions you need and go after it. The reality is you're a goal-setting machine. It's part of my anticipation engine that I talk about all the time. When you set a goal of something that's important and meaningful to you, you understand why you're going after it, life gets better. You will never be happier than when you have some goals that you're really working toward. And you probably have some right now. Don't give monkeys a piggyback ride. If you let them, other people will happily put their monkey on your back. Have you ever had a monkey on your back without a diaper on it? That's what it feels like. Deal with your challenges. Let them do the same. If I had great advice for you today, and I do, if somebody comes your way and wants to put their monkey on your back, don't let them do it. Just find a way to get out of it. Another podcast of how to do that, but nonetheless, just don't let it happen. Come home without their monkey on your back. Your wife will appreciate it. Finally, I want you to practice what we call PYOTB regularly. You can do it physically, which is what I prefer, or you can do it metaphorically if you'd like to, just inside your head. Pat yourself on the back and say, I done good. Pat yourself on the butt and say, I done good. Going into a meeting, coming out of a meeting, getting out of bed on time, getting home on time, doesn't matter. Every single day, you be your best cheerleader because you are the only one who's thinking about what you're doing. Nobody else is. You got to keep yourself on the right path. Of course, when you show up on today's show, I will help keep you on the path as well. It's kind of what I do here, but you got here, didn't you? So get out of here, do a PYOTB, have some fun. So what's coming up tomorrow? We're going to talk about a personal constitution as we get closer to the 4th of July celebratory weekend here in America. Be a good show. I'm on vacation this week in Banner Elk, North Carolina. I'm checking in a little bit, not a whole lot. I'm mostly staying off the grid, but occasionally you hear from me. If you'd like to see and hear a little bit about what I'm doing, just go to dailyboostpodcast.com/Facebook. I'll let you in that group over there, or somebody will let you in. Also, if you'd like to join me for my daily nugget, my daily click, my boost coaching calls, my commercial-free podcast, that's called Daily Boost Premium. If you're not already in, just go to dailyboostpremium.com and get in. You'll be glad you did. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Daily Boost.